Film and TV, yeah, I've touched on this the whole time. It's basically one of the publisher's responsibilities to go out and find you placements, what are called placements in film and TV. So basically you might be going in to talk to a music supervisor on a, so a music supervisor is somebody who handles the music for a film or TV production. And I'll just pull up here with IMDb. Can anybody tell me what that is?
Acronym?
Yeah. For something. IMDb is for movies, and so they basically track everything. So somebody throw out a big television show or movie.
Dexter?
Dexter. Show you've been watching.
Yeah.
So Dexter TV series, you click in, and it has the stars of the thing. See full cast and crew. Now I'll have links to this on the site, as I said, but what we're basically looking for is the music supervisor. So there's the music department. They've got a guy named Gary Calamar, who was one of the music supervisors, and he's been the music supervisor on 78 episodes, so he's basically the guy. And so what we used to do is, he's a 5-time Grammy-nominated producer and music supervisor. He works on True Blood, 6 Feet Under, and so you find out quite a bit of stuff about him right off the bat. And so your job as a music publisher is to find out where this guy lives and knock on his door and give him the music so that he can put it in the next Dexter episode. And that's the way it gets done. And so when I was working for EMI, I would find out he lives in London, I'd take him out for a drink, find out what he's working on. Like, oh, so what do you need? Blah, blah, blah. Have you ever thought of using a Stevie Wonder song? We used to rep the Motown catalog. You ever thought of using a Stevie Wonder song? Do you need what's called production music, which is just music made specifically for film and TV, which won't ever get on the radio? Do you need something that sounds like Oasis? Do you need something that sounds like
You try to drop him music.
You try to drop this guy music, and if you take a guy like, because we're all our own publisher at the time, right? Like anybody who creates music here, we don't have a publisher working for you. You might take this guy's info, type it into Google, and oh, it doesn't work on that. Type it into Google, see if you can find out some more info on him. You might find his Facebook. You might find his Twitter. I wonder if he has a Twitter out there. Oh, it looks like he might have started a service called Go Music Services, which is gomusicsupervision.com, and looks like he's involved in this, and that's out in LA. So this might be one of the people that you hit up and say, yeah, there he is right there. He's got 3 people in his life there that he's holding up, and contact info. So, yeah, now we have his email, GaryCalamar@mac.com. Send submissions, love letters, Starbucks cards to Mr. He gives you his the address to send it to in Santa Monica. So right off the bat, you can say, hey, I was taking a workshop up at Jane Finch in Toronto, or at PMAA in Toronto, and your name came up, and we searched you. I love the stuff that you do for Dexter, and blah, blah, blah. You name drop a few things. Would you mind listening to my music and seeing if you might be able to get it in one of your shows? Right off the bat. And that is the job of the publisher, but since you're your own publisher right now, you don't have a publishing company, it's your job too. And so it's kind of cool to be able to email somebody right off the bat who works on these shows. You might only email him. You might never call him or get an answer back.
Meet him.
But
Yeah.
like, you might, but at least you've done something towards selling your songs.
And the worst thing that could happen is just no.
Exactly, is not. And the thing is how cool is he gonna look when he says, you'll never hear this. He's at a dinner party, he's like, you've never heard this story before. So-and-so emails me out of the blue, they're at a community project in Toronto in this neighborhood. I looked it up, it looks like, oh my god, they've been doing such great things up there. And yeah, I threw one of the things on a show, I got them a sink for 12 grand. And it's like, oh, you're such a good guy, Gary, blah, 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 and move on to the next conversation. It's worth, because he has to have music, he has to have new music in his show. He's doing 3 or 4 shows, and probably doing a number under there as well. He needs music. And so
You don't think
never.
he'll get like known artists?
And not
He'll
just that,
get-
not
well,
just
of
that,
course.
but he'll get you money. He'll
Well,
get
yeah.
you pay.
So the thing is of course,
And?
True Blood and 6 Feet Under and Dexter, they do use known artists.
It's not that wap.
They also use people's music that is unknown because they're still music guys. They still want to be cool and want to be like, hey, look, I found a song that nobody else on the planet knew about, and I put it in a TV show. How cool am I? Of course, that's why you stay in the industry.
Sometimes too, like they don't want to pay the amount of money they have to
Well,
pay.
yeah, that's the other thing is that they wouldn't have to pay you as much as they'd have to pay Drake.
Yeah.